Hello. Can you hear me, Gloria?
Jessica,
Hey, how are you?
good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were supposed to invite, I guess, other individuals that might be a part of our contest or not.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I can't see you.
So you can't see me?
No, all I see are your eyes.
Oh, okay. And yeah.
There we go.
Because I only saw, I guess, a Carol Skelton on for Glorious. I said, well, maybe it's not for everybody. That's what I was kind of thinking there. So
Yeah, no, it was for anybody who wanted to, mainly for judges and
right.
timers, contest officials.
Let me see. How many people do we need? I just want to make sure. How many different?
Well, we need, let's see, we're at the division level. So we need 5 judges, 2 timers, 2 ballot counters, test speaker.
See, 5 judges,
Mm-hmm.
2 timers.
Yep.
And what else?
2 ballot counters.
Ballot. Okay.
A test speaker.
I'm sorry?
A test speaker.
Okay. One test. What's
for the evaluation contest.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. And a chief judge and a contest master.
Chief judge.
And I believe you asked me to be the contest master, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Gwendolyn.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you.
Official MOA. Top right.
Okay, we're getting some more people. That's good. We still have 4 or 5 minutes before it actually starts, so.
You know, I'll put my glass. Let me go. I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
Sorry, I'm working on the computer behind my laptop.
No.
Like the glory, which I was, and it made me think of skaters,
Woo.
whips. made me think
Hi.
of-
Oh, hey, folks.
Watching something.
God, come on. Wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Where's my,
Looking for the mute.
Can you take down? I'm down. Back around to you, Carol. Let's go.
Okay, I'll give everybody another couple minutes to log in. Are you talking, Alan? I can't hear you. Alan, if you're talking, you're muted.
This comes on the first full day of a shelter-in-place.
okay, now. Jeez. Hi,
You-
folks.
Hi, you watching something interesting?
There we go. Now. All right. Jesus. Hi, folks.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Gwen. I know you.
How are you doing, Judith? Hey,
I'm fine. Oh, yeah. Hi, Alan.
And Alan and Jessica. Hello, everyone.
Well, I'm
Hi.
getting there. You look good, Gwen. Where you been?
I've been.
Okay.
I know.
Well, it's only been a year. I'm sorry.
Yes, it has. I saw you at the round table that time. I came twice, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Tanya.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
It's nice being able to see everyone when we can't actually see everyone.
Like the Brady Bunch.
Yes, exactly. Tonight's meeting, I wanted to walk through some things to help judges, help timers, help contestants, and help everyone get used to using Zoom in a contest setting and even in club meeting settings. I know some of you have already begun club meetings online, which is good. You're all getting practice. As a speaker, let's start there. You want to make sure the lighting is good so everyone can see you. Mine's probably too bright. There we go. So, which means you might have to move a lamp. And if you do move lamps or lights, make sure they are behind your computer so they are reflecting onto you instead of coming from behind you, because otherwise you'll get a halo or a effect and it'll be harder to actually see you. You also want to have at least your shoulders or more showing when you're speaking. A lot of people say the top 2/3 of the screen is where your head should be when you're speaking, because that way people can actually see you and see your emotions, see your gestures when you're speaking. And then also when you are speaking, try to speak into the camera rather than looking down at the people in the videos. That way it looks like you're looking at them instead of down at notes. those are just a few tips for the speakers. Then you also want to make sure you have good audio and you can be heard. For the Division B contests and Division C contests, there is not a requirement for standing or sitting. It is up to you if you want to stand or sit. I have seen contests done both ways through video, but if you stand, make sure you're still in good view and people can still hear you, which means you're either going to need a mobile microphone device or be close enough that you can be heard. The more you move away, sometimes the harder it is to hear, unless you have a headset you can use. I'm trying to think of what else for speakers. Make sure you speak clearly and use your pauses effectively, because with video, there is sometimes a delay, and you want to make sure you are heard through the delay. Same with timers. There is going to be a delay. So if you are timing the speakers as a contest online, you need to pay attention to the delay in speakers. The contest master should, prior to the contest, check with all contestants the day of the contest to make sure their audio is working. I will be on early for both the contests, B and C. I am the contest master for both. So I would like the contestants to be there early too. That way I can hear you speak, and I can, for example, hold up a red card and say, tell me what color you see when I'm holding them up. And then I can see if there's a delay, and that way I can let the timers know the speaker does have a delay in their audio. So they need to be aware of that, because that could effectively eliminate you from the competition if they don't know that. If you are speaking for 7 minutes and 35 seconds, that could delay, that 5-second delay could disqualify you. So it's important that timers know there is a little bit of a delay. And it's important that you know there's a delay too, so you know what to be aware of when you're speaking. Are there, oh, also, if you are moving, if you plan on standing up, you still want to make sure your head is in the top part of the camera. So you're going to need to move the camera with you. Are there any other questions from speakers? Yes, go ahead, Gwendolyn.
When I'm speaking, there's no real audience. And I know there's such thing as engaging with the audience. And if I'm going to be standing, if I decide to stand, am I to move my head from side to side as though there's an audience? Or will you all, knowing that there is no audience, say I took my eyes off of the camera?
Yeah, you should be looking at the camera, because that is where your audience is.
Okay, okay,
Yes, if you look to the side, you're looking to the side and you're no longer looking at the audience.
okay.
And that does get tricky, and that was a very good question. I like that question. I hadn't heard that one. And that's important to understand too. There really is an audience. You can, however, see the audience in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. There's a speaker view and a gallery view. So you can either be looking at the gallery view, which is like a Brady Bunch images, all the little boxes, or Hollywood squares, I've heard, whatever you want to call it. It's a bunch of little pictures. There's also the speaker view, which only shows the speaker.
Okay.
If you are an evaluation contestant, I recommend using the speaker view so you can really watch that test speaker and give them a good evaluation.
Okay. Let me see what else.
If you are a judge, I recommend using the speaker view so you can really watch that contestant, because gestures and tone and all that is still part of being judged.
Jeffrey Murakami.
And how they use their space. That's also part of the judging.
I'll look up. So
Go ahead.
Okay, this is new to me. This is my first time. How will I know if my volume is too loud, my voice? And will you all be able to control your volume on your end if it is?
Let me answer the first part. you really won't know unless someone lets you know. And that's another part why you should meet with me the day of the contest, because volumes always change. But meet with me the day of the contest at least 15 minutes early, and I will listen to you and let you know whether you need to turn it up or down. Also, when you're listening to other people, you can hear them. And yes, you can control what you hear based on your computer settings. You can always control the input and output on your personal computer for you and the other people you're listening to.
So if a judge has their volume way up and I'm helloing them, they'll understand that they needed to turn it down and not mark that against me. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And that does make it is different when we're coming into an online setting like this for the contest. There are going to be those discrepancies, but they'll be able to tell if you're loud based on what the contest master is talking to. They'll be able to determine whether it's you actually being loud
Yes.
or it's just their settings. And they may not know it's their settings, but they'll know, hey, everyone is sounding loud, so it's not just her.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, how do I mute this? If,
In the,
go
you
ahead.
want to mute you.
So
yes.
the
You
mute,
want-
let me mute me. Tell me if you can hear me. Hold on, let me make sure I know how to do that.
You're muted.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, I can see the little mute button on your screen. If you look in the bottom left-hand corner,
Mm-hmm.
you can, I believe you can see it in other people's screens too. I don't think it's just the host. If you're looking at everybody's screens, can you see if they're muted? There's a little microphone with an X through it.
No, there's small boxes. They're lined up. Now I see them. They just popped in. I don't know why.
Okay.
Judith Castañas did, but Jessica did not.
Okay.
Okay, when it's muted, it shows up. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm listening now. Hey, I'm listening to you.
Oh, that's fine. In the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, if you're on a computer, there's a mute button there too. If you, the other option comes if you're on the phone.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah,
swipe
how do you get
right, there is a tap to speak or tap to mute option. And if you swipe left, you can get to the gallery view on your phone. So the muting and the gallery views are going to be swiping effects on a phone.
Okay, another question. I guess I'm having all these questions.
They're good questions. They are.
Next question. Usually our family members are allowed to come and see us compete.
Mhm.
Are we allowed to give this sign in to family members to sign
Yes.
in? Okay,
Yes.
okay.
The one, not this one that you're using right now, but the one for the contest,
Right, correct,
because that one can host many more people.
correct, okay.
I mean, this one has 100 limit, so I guess, I don't know if there'd be more than 100 people at a contest
Yeah,
at the division level.
yeah, that would be shocking. Okay.
Yeah, no, those are all excellent questions. I'm glad you asked them.
Jessica, I think my questions relate to, I guess, transitioning to different rooms.
Mhm.
Or that's the part I'm kind of concerned about. You know, like,
There is, the district should have rooms set up in their accounts, and there should be an option to just say, go to another room, and it's available to everyone
There's two
on
voice.
the
Another one coming
call,
off the steps
on
back
the
here.
video. You just have to click that button to go to another room. And it should be in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen when it's set up that way.
Okay, now I have another question.
Mhm.
Let's say today is the day of the contest. And
Oh, fuck.
someone has just spoken. And now it's my turn. Am I given time as you all sit to set up? And then will you all introduce me, same way y'all did there? And then I'm already standing there, or do I get up and stand while you introduce me? How do we do this? How does it kind of work? Organizing it and all. How do we, okay.
You get the baby.
Sorry, I was turning down the baby monitor so it didn't squeal into your ears.
Okay.
My husband's going to get the baby. Go ahead.
Okay.
Finish your question. I'm sorry.
So again, tomorrow, maybe I could be the first speaker or not, either or.
Mhm.
When I decide to come up and speak, am I going to be introduced? And then once I'm introduced, I either press the unmute button. I'm assuming I'll be on mute until it's time for me to speak. Is that correct?
What I will do is say contestant number 1, Gwendolyn Shores, are you there?
Okay.
And you, at that point, you unmute your mic and say, yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Then I will say Gwendolyn Shores, I don't remember what contest you're in, but I'll give the title, your name again, just like you would in a regular contest. The difference being I'm going to ask if you're there to ensure you're unmuted and able to speak. Then after I announce your name, title, name, I will mute my mic and you just go.
And then you start timing first word that comes out of my mouth.
Mhm.
Then I'll sit back down and unmute. Okay. Okay, I
Yeah.
think I got it. Anyone else have any questions I might have not asked it? I haven't.
Yeah, those are good questions.
I have a question.
Okay.
What time is what time are we coming on to practice with you?
Okay.
Let's see, your division C, correct? Sorry, I'm doing 2 divisions, so I'm trying to remember. It'd be 15 minutes before the contest starts.
Okay, so let me see. I think I can't
No,
remember.
our contest
which
starts
one.
at 6, I believe, so it'll be 5:45 tomorrow.
Okay, 5:45. And dang, I forgot the other question. Oh, how would I know who I am evaluating? Would they let me know before?
No, you will know at the contest because the test speaker is not supposed to be known till the contest, and they will speak.
Got one down?
And they'll be introduced just like a contestant, their name, title, name, and then they'll start speaking too. And we'll
And
introduce
I will
that.
know,
Yes,
and I will know who I am designated to, right?
that's the only person. There's only one for all evaluators.
Backpack on the
Okay.
There's only one for all evaluators. They all evaluate the same test speaker.
Okay, when you, let me
Focus change.
Okay. When you say that you want to be able to connect with us or talk with us before the contest
Mhm.
and check our volume and things such as 15 minutes prior, does that mean you're going to call, we're going to actually click on here 15 minutes before the contest? Is that what you're saying?
Click on the contest link, yes, 15 minutes before the contest.
Okay, I got you.
Jessica,
Yes.
how will you be able to
as well.
other awaiting contestants into a waiting room or whatever, because they're not supposed to hear the actual, say if you got 5 people competing for the international, the other 4 should be out of the room somewhere while the one is speaking.
Right.
Guy right
How are you gonna go about doing that?
Again, they'll have the separate rooms set up. So for the table topics and the evaluations, the other speakers, other than speaker number 1, will go into those extra rooms that are provided on that link. And that's where the extra rooms come in. They'll just be asked at that time
I know.
to leave into the other rooms, to click on the link.
Okay, so they're going one at a time, so they won't all go in at the same time.
No, they all go in.
Okay,
They all go in because only the one needs to remain in the main view,
I got you, okay.
just like at a regular contest.
Right, okay, and so
They
you'll
would
be the
all-
one to check to make sure they didn't stay in the room that they shouldn't be in.
Yes, there will be someone to check that.
Okay,
Yes.
But we, the contestants, for instance, me, I don't have to worry about any of that. I will come in and just sign on just like I did. Wait till you say Gwendolyn Shore, blah, 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 and I'll sit back down. I don't have to worry about all the second rooms and magic rooms and all that, right?
Currently, no.
Okay. Okay, good. So when I click in tomorrow, what I did today, that's it.
Tomorrow, you're good. At the district, it will change.
Okay. 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 I'll get to that when I get to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Are there any other questions from contestants? Yes.
Jessica,
Yes.
this is Gloria.
Yep.
I'm not sure how, I read several guidelines, but I need you to simplify as to how the judges will make their determination. I mean, how we're going to be able to view that. Some of it was very in-depth, which I don't think is very necessary at this level. So what are we going to do to simplify it?
That's going to be up to your chief judge.
Okay.
They have a separate Zoom account. So what could essentially happen is they hand out the link to their accounts, and they can just log out of the main one and go to that chief judge's accounts. And then when they're done, log back into the contest accounts. Also, we will be on the district, so there will be breakout rooms. So they could go into those separate rooms, one of those rooms that the district has set up.
So explain that, because I don't think I quite get that.
It's like being on the call now. If some of us were to break out, in the bottom right-hand corner, if there were rooms set up, there would be an option to go to another room. Room A, room B, room C, whichever it might be. And the people who need to go into that room just click on that link and it takes them to a separate room. And when they're
Okay.
ready to return, they just come back to this main one.
Okay, so therefore, the judges will be able to click on the right side, another room. Are you
Yeah.
going to be given instructions, the room
Nope.
that the judges? No?
I can. That I will have to see what's set up when the district gives it to me. And then it's going to be the chief judge who's going to explain that to the judges prior to the meeting. I mean, I can help the chief judge, but that's part of the judge's briefing prior to the meeting.
Okay. So we don't know exactly all the rooms that are set up by the district yet, right?
Right, because they had to purchase more rooms to make this happen because they did not have rooms, so they had to set it up.
Okay, so we will know in plenty of time before the contest tomorrow what rooms are set up.
Well, you don't know until you log in.
Right. So we will have to log in plenty of time to know that, so we can
Yes.
then give that information to the judge.
Yes, because what will happen is they'll log into the same account. Like they would all log into the same one.
Okay.
And then the chief judge says, we're going to room, I don't know, whatever they're called, room blue.
Okay.
And then all the judges go to room blue, the judges,
Okay.
timers, and ballot counters.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
And then once we finished in that room, then we can come back to the main.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Everybody
Okay.
everybody logs into the main same number.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's after that where they change. If the rooms aren't set up, we are going to have the chief judge get the link to their Zoom and share it, and then they'll log out, log into that, and then log back into the main one. But we can work on that when we see what they have set up from the district. They said they were
Okay.
going to have rooms.
I saw that, but I'm saying I'm always looking for a plan B.
Mhm.
In the event they don't have the room set up, then you're saying that we need a second link, a Zoom.
Yes, so just if you're the chief judge, just go into your Zoom account, open up your Zoom account, and you'll see invitation. And you
Okay.
open that invitation, expand it. Let me see what it says. Go to meetings and it says show meeting invitation. And in
Okay.
there is the link. You just copy and paste that link.
So Jessica, do we need to have that done before we log in at 5:30, just in case they don't have the rooms?
What do you mean have it done?
I already have that Zoom account set up.
You should already have it set up if you're logged in. Are you logged in through the app?
Yes.
Then you already have it set up.
Okay, I'm not getting. I'm logged into the account that you set up.
No, you're logged into my link. It's
Into your
your
link.
account.
Okay.
That's why you had to put your name in and your email in.
Okay.
It's your account. If you go to your computer or phone and open Zoom,
Yes.
yes, you have option of home, chat, meetings, contacts. If you go to your meetings tab, your link
Uh-huh.
is there.
Okay. And use that personal link.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any other questions? I'm
Will
going,
Jessica, are you recording this so that perhaps we can send it to somebody that's not here?
yes, it is recording. I was making sure I hit play. Yes, it is recording. I had paused it at one point, so I was making sure I started it again.
Okay.
It is recording. I also want to go over, we've done a lot with judges already. Timing. If you can all see in the chat, I put a link to dctm.org club meeting rules.html. That is my club's webpage that I am setting up for meeting rules with online meetings. In there is the timer and the link to timer cards and a link to show how to use those timer cards. So I'll give you time to look at that, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now. You can go download those cards at another time. But I'm going to, what?
I don't see that in the chat.
Uh-oh. See, it says from me to everyone, and I don't know why it's not going to everyone. It did that to me earlier too. Okay, I'll give it to you. It is dctm.org/club meeting rules HTML. Let me do it this way.
Yeah,
This
it's
way
here,
we'll
but you can't click on it. You know, it's like it's,
Oh, you see it, but you can't click
I
on it.
see it,
You'll have
right.
to copy and paste it.
well, okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
but I don't see it at all.
That's fine. I'm going to share my screen
Okay.
so I can go to the link and you can see the link. That's the wrong website. I apologize. There's the link up at the top. When you scroll down here is what I was talking about. In the timer section, there's click here for timer cards and a video on how to use the timer cards.
Okay.
I'm going to show you why that's there. When you come to your screen again, I talked about opening your Zoom account. Underneath your picture, there's a little setting icon. When you go to those settings, you can open the virtual background, and I think this is great for timers. You can set yourself a virtual background. So now it's white, it says timer.
Never done.
And then you can change it to green, yellow, red. That way when the speakers are watching you, they see your background change and they know what color. And I wrote it too, just in case someone can't see the colors or they're colorblind, or it's just easier to see the word. But that is a way you can do that as well. And I think that's very beneficial for timers to use. So if you download the images here, you can use them and upload them. And I showed another little video basically of what I just did, except it shows how to upload them too.
Okay, Jessica, thank you for that. But what's an alternate?
What's a what?
What is an alternate way?
An alternate way, you can
Yes.
hold something up in front of the camera. If you
Okay.
have something white, something yellow,
Okay,
I don't know, papers preferably the same size, maybe some picture word, write green, red, and yellow on
Okay.
a piece of paper, hold it up.
okay,
Yes.
thank you.
If we disappear, it's because they didn't extend the time like a lot of people thought they did, and we're at our 40 minutes. So we may be running out of time here. Are there any other questions?
Where would a video recording be located where we go back to it?
I will get it posted on YouTube and email it to Alan and Gloria, and they can mail it out to their divisions. Does that work?
That'll work. I appreciate that because I have people that are enrolled for tomorrow that weren't on tonight, and I'm just a little concerned.
Right.
I
Same
do
here.
appreciate,
Yeah.
we appreciate you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Sometimes people, I was sharing today, when it's new, sometimes people, they are challenged around that. So we're just gonna make this work. And
Mhm.
I'm just gonna have to work with I have judges that don't feel comfortable with Zoom. So I'm just gonna have to try to make sure I'm covering all bases. And
Yes,
we're gonna
and-
get there.
Yeah, and one thing I want to say with judges is they make sure they have their ballots. And one way they can send you that information is I've seen it done with a spreadsheet and you share the link to the spreadsheet, or there's always the private message. You can private message a ballot
Yes.
counter or the chief judge
Yes,
and put in first place name, second
Yes.
place name, third place name.
yes. But they have
There-
to make sure they're sending it privately,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I
And-
think that will be best for my judges because, like I said, I have judges that have told me they're not comfortable with Zoom. So I'm trying to find ways that's going to make this work for them. And I think that would be the best thing for them to privately send a message to the chief judge, ranking the speakers, and we go from there.
Yes.
Okay?
At
All
this point, yes, we want to make it work the best we can at this point because it was kind of thrown upon us. and
Exactly.
We didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. At the district level, it will be a little different. We will have spreadsheets and things to set up to share with people instead of just private messaging, especially since there's going to be more judges and more speakers and
Right.
there's 3 contests, full contests, so it's going to be a little different. But right
So
now,
Jessica, will you put that out up front to ease the discomfort and some fears that some of them are having? I think that would help tremendously.
yes,
Okay. I appreciate you so much. Alan and I really appreciate you just supporting us with this new venture, and I'm learning a lot, and hopefully I'll get better at this thing as we move forward. But I prefer, in person, but nevertheless, we do what we have to do.
right.
Yeah,
Okay, I
thank
have
you so
3
much.
minutes. Yep, I have 3 minutes left. Are there any last questions? Yes,
I just want to say thank you to everybody. I had a lot of questions prior to this, and everyone sent me email and text messages. So you guys really helped me, and that's why I'm more advanced today prior to coming to see you today. So thanks, everybody. I think I talked to a couple of you guys, so thank you all.
Jessica,
yes.
one last question. I know you sent out, I guess, some announcement that we already sent to all the contestants. Is there anything else we might need to send them prior to the contest to be prepared for?
That the information you've sent out, the information I've sent out, and getting those, make sure the contestants, all of you, make sure you send in your eligibility and eligibility and authenticity or originality form. Make sure you send those in because those have to be sent with every different level because the dates need to change and at any given time the statuses might change. So we do need them for each different level. I know you've already sent them in for your areas, but you still need to send them in for your division. And international speakers, test speakers, I do need a speech title from each of you as well. So if you could get that profile form to me, that would be great.
Yeah.
And I'll email them out again tonight to make sure you guys all have them. All right. Thank you for attending tonight. I hope you all learned something new and are able to go on and have great contests.
You.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.